So, let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So, at the time of this recording, we're only weeks away from Rebirth's launch worldwide, and I am very excited. Now, for point of reference here, I just beat Final Fantasy VII Remake on my own for the very first time, and like, my experience with Final Fantasy is very, I'd say, minimal, because I've only ever played bits of the original FF7, I've played a little bit of Final Fantasy VI on its own time, and of course just beating Final Fantasy VII Remake right now on my PS5. It's a game I wanted to play for a long time, because ever since they revealed Remake back in 2019, I knew I had to play the game. Even though I had no prior experience and really don't know that much about the whole story in general, I just knew I had to play it because, you know, I like Cloud, Sephiroth is cool, and I had to play it. So I sat down, it was on PS Plus, I played it all the way through, and I'm gonna say off the bat, Remake as a game, even though it's the first part of a bigger story, I thought was great. The combat being like a hack and slash type thing like Kingdom Hearts was really fun. The characters were all super fun and fantastically voiced by all the voice actors. The locations, the powers you can pick up, the music, it's just so freaking awesome, and I love the game so much, which gets me even more excited for Rebirth coming out at the end of February. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I think it'd be fun to, to give my thoughts on a sequel to a game, which is a remake of another game that you could play the entirety and get the whole story. But me, I don't know what's gonna happen. Legitimately, outside of the Midgar portion of this game, of Final Fantasy VII, I don't know what's gonna happen. So Rebirth will be a totally new experience for me, and I am beyond excited. Now, Sony did go ahead and release a state of play a few days ago, revealing some more, things about the game with, locations and characters and all that, and how the world is seemingly bigger. Because, like, I'll be real, like, Midgar as a portion in the game, for like, in the first game being, like, the primary location, was fun. You got to experience, how these characters live and how they all met, and, what they're doing with the Mako and all that. And that was all good, that was totally fun, totally serviceable for what they were trying to do. But now we're stepping out into the open world of the whole, of the whole game, and everything, kind of, steps up. And just from these trailers and all that, my lord, is it looking so freaking cool. And just to see where the story is going to go. I have some predictions because of some events that happened in Remake, like, oh, what's going to happen with, these characters, what's going to happen with, like, how this plot point's going to go out. But generally speaking, these are just my own predictions. I don't know how the game is going to progress, and, like, it feels super cool. Like, oh my god, I've been hyped for a game this much since Xenoblade Chronicles 3 released back in 2022, and oh my god, like, I love this so much. So my big takeaway, like, from the state of play off the bat are just the amount of new stuff is in this game. Like, for one, you got your characters back, like Cloud, Barret, Tifa, and Aerith, which is all great. I love all those. And Red 13, which Red 13, for being a final little person in the in Remake, was really cool. But actually having him playable now, man, I just loved his demeanor and all that. And just, he looks cool, like a tiger thing. I love that so much. And we're getting new playable characters as well. I think their names are Yuffie and Cat. It's a cat. I don't know. People got mad when Sony released the official pronunciation. I don't really know. But we got some new playable characters, and they seem to be pretty cool too. And I like it. I like having more people to play around with, especially, even though most of the game I did play mainly as Cloud. Just switching throughout characters throughout the main story. Like, I'll be real. I love Aerith. I really do like Aerith. I like, her backstory with, like, her mother and all that. And I like Aerith. I really do. I like all the characters, but Aerith specifically is like, oh my god, she's my girl. I love her. She's great. But in general, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with the rest of the characters, especially Sephiroth, because my god, like, just seeing Sephiroth, like, at all in capacity in Remake was just really amazing. And, like, I love Sephiroth, mainly from Smash Bros, I will admit, but this is just so freaking cool, and I love this, and I just can't wait to see all the character interactions. I really can't. Like, the trailers are making it so cool, and oh my god, I still gotta play Crisis Core and all that too to know full backstories. My god, I love it. And then also, like, the visuals and, like, the exploration, like, apparently we get to go to so many more locations, like, Cloud and Tifa Tifa's, you know, home place and like some other locations that are, you know, not as occupied as Midgar's, but still is there, and just seeing how this world works. You know, I've been interested in seeing how this world works, you know, how everyone besides the Midgar folk live, and it just seemed that there's so much more, you know, military stuff, more actual people that might not be connected to Shinra in some way. I'm just excited to see how this is all going to work, and maybe see, you know, if we're going to get some more detail on Sephiroth, because, you know, he's an interesting character. Maybe he hasn't always been evil, maybe he has been. I don't really know. I just want to see what happens and see where it all connects together. But like, just from the visuals alone, man, this looks great. Like, I'm amazed that this is a video game. Just seeing the cutscenes in these trailers, I'm amazed we've gotten so far. We've gotten a long way from Pong, bro. Like, this is just spectacular. And at some point, I will probably go back and play the original game, but like, I don't mind waiting a few years to play this trilogy of games, because it will be a trilogy of games. I'm just so hyped for this. I am so hyped for everything here, and that includes, you know, other things like apparently there's a crap ton of mini games that are in there as well. Like, okay, sure, mini games. There's, you know, customizable options for, you know, your characters, whether it be like different weapons, different materia, and having different character interactions. They can, you know, make their bonds stronger, which is just really, really cool. And team attacks, like, you can do combination attacks. Like, oh my god, like, I cannot describe the hype I have for this game. I know it might sound dumb, like, oh, he's just a noob, probably doesn't know what he's talking about. And in some rights, I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, I've only played part 1 of a 3-part game, which technically, you know, you could have known the whole story for like 25 years. I know, it sounds crazy, but I'm on this high, this Final Fantasy high, and I just want to see how this happens. I want to see more. I want to feel this experience. Like, I love feeling those genuine reaction experiences with these games, and the way the first game left me it's left me in such a very interesting position with like my emotions, that like, I can't wait to see what Rebirth is going to offer for the story, and it really has to push it, because like, my biggest fear is like, if Remake completely botches it, we're like, ah, damn, well, like, that's gonna suck now. But no, I have a feeling that it's gonna really like open up, the game's gonna really like it's gonna be great. I know it's gonna be great. I have a feeling, because like, they released a demo for it. I haven't played it. I might, but who knows? But like, it's gonna do good. I know it's gonna do great, because it has to. It really has to. Like, I have heart of heart that's gonna be a great game. It looks great. It sounds great. And I'm so excited to jump back into this world, even though it hasn't been that long, because I've only beaten the game like 2 days ago. So I'm really excited. Plus, you get chocobos in there as well. This is great. But yeah, no, overall, if I could like pin a rose on it and all that, I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to play, excited to explore the region, explore how the rest of the world works, and see all the characters again, and just, my god. I guess this counts as me being a Final Fantasy fan. I don't know, but, you know, either way, I'm excited for this. This is great, and, as a Final Fantasy noob, I see why y'all like it so much. Oh, I can't wait for this. Rebirth is going to be a gem, and I am super excited for it.